Absolute legend. You should already be reading his articles and subscribing to his YouTube channel, by the way, because he is in the content space now. Our good friend, Mr. John Maakaron. Doc, how we doing, my friend?
Well, first and foremost, I'm excited to be here. It's a great Wednesday. I'm fired up. Inside the Den has been absolutely awesome. But I have to complain. What the heck took so long? I feel like I need this thing to be 3 hours long. I'm fired up. Hassani telling Dan Campbell, I'm going to die for you on the field. The love that Dan Campbell has for TeSlaa, I'm fired up, baby. It's nice to see the inside scoop about the Lions and their draft picks. And it just goes to show you, if Brad Holmes loves you, he loves you. And so those draft picks are getting paid. Ahmed's getting paid. Tyleek's getting paid. Tate Ratledge is getting paid. Alex Anzalone not getting paid.
Oh, and then we have this guy. What the hell is
I got a polo. This is the only polo I had is my ref fit.
Okay, so what a way to start. What a way to start. So, Doc, I guess we'll start. I guess we should start with the game tomorrow, and we'll work into other storylines. We were talking about it before you joined. Things we're looking forward to seeing tomorrow, and I know you've talked about it. You've done some content today, kind of discussing that. But I do want your thoughts tomorrow. Any storylines in particular? I guess I'll start because I know Boone will probably bring up another storyline. I'll start with the quarterback battle because I want your thoughts on that. What will you be watching? What do you want to see out of Hendon Hooker versus Kyle Allen, at least in game one? And kind of how do you expect the snaps to be kind of split and how they handle that situation?
Yeah, no doubt. Booner, I wear a size 10.5. Get my Yeezys, take care of them, get the box ready, wrap it up, and ship it to Macomb, baby. I know you look good in the Foot Locker outfit, so that looks good on you. No doubt.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah, you know what? The Jordan Dunks as well. You can put those in and throw me something for free too. Buy two, get one free for the Doc. No doubt about it. Yeah. Throw something free for me. I definitely, like everybody else, right? We all want to see Hendon Hooker. I'm hoping it's one half each, to get an opportunity to see what he can really do. And look, Hendon Hooker's got to just really. Dan Campbell said it. He's like, I'm not looking for him to be splashy. Just run the offense, make the right plays, and look proficient. So that's what I'm looking for. No procedural type stuff. Make sure you get the offensive line where it needs to be. Get in and out of the huddle quickly. Get the plays out. And I want to see Hendon Hooker complete some passes to his receivers and running backs and just move the football down the field, slow and steady, score some points, and really, to me, look like someone that's in command. I don't want him to look lost. I don't want him to look like somebody that hasn't done this before. He had a decent preseason last year. He ran the ball. Maybe a couple scrambles will be nice. And on the other side, I want Kyle Allen to show out. I want him to create a serious competition where people are like, man, this guy can seriously take the job. And so it's going to be tougher for him. I think that he'll probably get the second half or a lot of the work with the threes. And so I'm hoping that Kyle Allen can produce and get the ball to Dominic Lovett, get the ball to Yeboah or Shane Zylstra and move this offense down the field and look like, hey, this could be a serious competition for the month of August. So that's going to be great to see. I'm excited. I think one of the big storylines is going to be the quarterback battle that takes place the next month.
Is there any player just based on what you've seen in camp so far you're kind of leaning towards maybe just like confident, like any player between Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker?
Yeah. Brad Holmes loves Hendon Hooker. You know why? He's got a family tie. So he's a draft pick. They scouted him. They feel like he fits the mold. So I think all the love goes to the player that's drafted by the organization. That's how it tends to go. And I think that Hendon Hooker just needs someone to push him. I think Kyle Allen will do it. I think the competition, seriously, when you're Hendon Hooker, you're like, oh man, they're bringing in somebody that has a lot of backup experience that was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so that's a message sent. And really the clear message was sent to Hendon last year. It was, hey, even though they're friendly and Hendon Hooker has mentored and Hendon Hooker has been mentored by Teddy Bridgewater, when a team goes out to get somebody that's coaching football and hasn't been there and they trust him a little bit more than you should be offended by that. And so I hope he comes in and really showcases what he's about. He's mobile. I think he's accurate. And I do think that John Morton should once or twice unlock and let's see what he's got in the chamber, toss a deep ball maybe to TeSlaa. As we saw in the highlights, TeSlaa's like right into the camera, right into the video. He's like, I went through college and had no drops. Throw me the ball, catch it. We've seen that in We've seen that in so far training camp. So let's see it out there against the Chargers too.
Doc, I want to ask you, outside of just the quarterback battle,
this guy looks ridiculous.
I know. I'll change in a sec after my question. Outside of the quarterback battle, Doc, what's the next big kind of storyline or player that you're looking at that you have your eye on? Because I know for a lot of people, you've been in camp and you've been able to see a lot of these guys. You probably have a better feel on who's going to actually be playing tomorrow in the biggest storyline. So outside of the quarterback 2 battle, what are you going to be looking into, and what should the people be? What position groups should the people be looking at?
Absolutely. And so I know we were joking around about you looking like you work at Foot Locker, but no, guys. Actually, Booner was telling me, we were texting, he's trying to be a WNBA ref. He definitely is interested in covering women's basketball. He feels that's his
I will keep the courts clean. If you know what's going on recently, I will keep the courts clean.
Were you the guy that threw the dildo on the court?
No, again, what I'm saying, Jeff, I will keep the courts clean. I will make sure we're removing everything off the courts. I'll keep the courts clean. All right.
It's fair.
Good. Yeah, absolutely. Booner, can you go get the guy throwing the dildo? That would be a wonderful assignment. Booner's like, man, I got to do anything to work in sports. Booner is the dildo cleaning up ref in the WNBA. What a job. What a great thing to put on your resume.
In it, Doc. He specializes in it.
Oh, man. That's great. Great stuff. Look, first and foremost, the rookies we all want to see. And so we're not going to see probably Tate Ratledge and Tyreek Williams. They're important. So it's the Ahmed Hassanin show in TeSlaa. Let's go. Let's see them for a couple series. And like you guys were discussing, Ahmed Hassanin get out there and dominate and show that relentless speed and effort. And my goodness, they showed a rep against Penn State where Hassanin just blew up the tight end. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go watch some film. I'm going to watch Hassanin film more, TeSlaa film even more after this. I'm going to watch the Inside the Den one more time. That's how awesome it is. I want to see the young rookies get after it. Dan Jackson to get after it. And then I think the next biggest battle that we're probably going to see at training camp over the next couple of weeks is safety. I think there's a lot of depth behind Dan Jackson and Kirby Joseph. There's Avonte Maddox. You got Ian Kennelly. You have a lot of potential there in regards to the safeties to get after it and to make plays. I think that the competition for those 1 or 2 spots is going to be ferocious, and it starts against the Chargers. And really, the other thing I'm looking for that I know may not produce a lot of fruitful effort, but there's going to be something that is going to be worthwhile to evaluate. Does Giovanni Manu and Broderick Martin do anything? Can they showcase something when it counts? Sometimes guys just at practice are overwhelmed. They got things going on. But when the bright lights are on, hey, if Giovanni Manu can block and keep Hendon Hooker and Kyle Allen clean for the time that he's out there, showcase that, hey, you belong at least in the conversation if something happens. Right now, as we speak, if something happens to Taylor Decker, there's going to be a problem. The left tackle depth is pretty severe. I know most people will think that Panay would move over there, but then, maybe Dan Skipper would be at right tackle. But I need Giovanni Manu to look like he has some level of acceptance and understanding of the position that he plays. So I want to see that, and I want to see Broderick Martin clog the middle a little bit. I want to see him win some reps, get into the gaps where you got to be, and do your job and be proficient. I want to write something about Broderick Martin other than the one time he missed practice and returned. I haven't written anything about him because the things that he does are so unimpactful. So they got to have impact on Thursday on national television. Let's go.
Yeah, Doc, I think the thing we talked about too, Isaac TeSlaa, and I know you talked about some of the rookies, but for him, I'm assuming he's going to get some run. But I do want your thoughts on just kind of the camp he's had and what you're expecting tomorrow, and kind of how excited you are to see more of him, because I think he's someone that going into camp, people didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, didn't have like great numbers, but we knew the player. He's very talented, and he's fast, big. He can make every catch pretty much. What are you excited to see out of Isaac TeSlaa, and kind of how important do you think this preseason is to see him out there in game action? It is someone that could potentially get some run later in the year if anything happens to Tim Patrick, or maybe he just outworks him. Who knows?
Yeah, no doubt. He looks like a proficient wide receiver. I thought at training camp, he's high pointing the ball, he's catching the ball, and he's competing. And I do think he's developed a slight rapport now with the backup quarterbacks. What you see about him is what he said on Inside the Den. I think that he tries hard. He definitely, the effort level is off the charts. We haven't seen the top end speed yet per se, where he's caught the ball on the flat and taken it down the sideline, but we definitely see the height advantage that he could have and present, and he's got great hands. And I did think in one of my observations at Lions on SI, I did say that he showcased the ability to track the football. And what that meant was he ran a nice route, monitored it all up in the air, got his body position right, put his hands out, and extended his arms and made the play. So a lot of skills for a wide receiver. And when Dan Campbell says, I love him, and that's what he said today on Inside the Den, I love this player. It was nice that they showcased the blocking that he did. My goodness, running across the field to block. He said, hey, a lot of receivers would take that play off. I knew what was going on. And it was great to see. I think that's a real sentinel moment. And it's not lost on me that in the past, when the Lions ownership would call, you'd see kind of players react and really kind of be professional about it. Now, these last couple of years, these players are having emotional, especially for TeSlaa, seeing him wear the Lions uniform in the building for his meeting, seeing the fact that he held it all in, he was in shock. And then when Sheila Hemp calls him and says, hey, thank you, Mrs. Ford, his whole party erupted. The passion and loyalty that he has to the organization will make him somebody that I think the fan base is going to fall in love with. And he's got an attachment to grow and learn and try his absolute best. So this is great to see now. It's just great to reinforce that players want to be here. Tyleik Williams said it. Hey, it's a good football team that has a chance to win. I talked to Rock Ya-Sin, and he said the reason why he signed here is he feels like this organization is on the right track to win big things. So these are just great things to hear, and something that I don't take for granted, because in years past, it was just a place to collect a paycheck. And now in these draft videos, you got guys that are like, man, who impressed you, Tate Ratledge, at your pro day? Man, Dan Campbell, I was impressed by him. Right there on footage for the whole world to see. It's great to see. I think TeSlaa is going to have, probably a couple catches, extend the chains a little bit, and get after it. I just want to see his gritty competitiveness on Thursday.
Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.